Imagine a technology so powerful, so fundamentally threatening to national security, that the United States government did not just regulate it, did not just monitor it, but banned it outright. Not a partial restriction, not an export limitation. A full, classified level emergency directive issued quietly, without a press conference, without a public announcement, and without any explanation to the American people about what was actually found. And the technology at the center of this emergency ban is not a new biological weapon. It is not a new missile system. It is not even a new form of artificial intelligence. It is a specific category of quantum computing hardware that American intelligence agencies have determined poses a threat so serious, so immediate, that normal regulatory processes were bypassed entirely in favor of an emergency classified directive. This is not a rumor. This is not speculation from anonymous sources on the internet. This is a documented pattern of government behavior that has been quietly unfolding across multiple federal agencies since late 2025, and the full picture of what triggered it is only now beginning to come together. To understand why the United States government moved so aggressively against a specific category of quantum technology, you first need to understand what quantum computing actually threatens at the government level that goes far beyond anything most public reporting has captured. Most people who follow technology news understand that quantum computers could eventually break encryption. That threat has been widely discussed. But the specific concern that triggered the emergency government action we are discussing today goes significantly deeper than encryption. It involves something that intelligence analysts call quantum sensing, a category of quantum technology that uses the extreme sensitivity of quantum systems not to perform calculations, but to detect and measure physical phenomena with a level of precision that no classical technology can approach. Quantum sensors can detect magnetic fields, gravitational variations, electromagnetic signals, and underground physical structures with an accuracy that makes them, in the wrong hands, one of the most powerful surveillance and intelligence gathering tools ever created. A sufficiently advanced quantum sensor can detect the magnetic signature of a submarine moving through the ocean from hundreds of miles away. It can map underground tunnel systems, bunkers, and military installations through solid rock without ever placing a single instrument on the surface above them. It can detect the electromagnetic signatures of classified electronic systems operating inside shielded facilities that were specifically designed to prevent exactly that kind of detection. This is what the United States government found. This is why the response was not a regulation. It was a ban. If the idea that quantum technology could see through solid rock and track submarines from hundreds of miles away does not make you want to understand this story completely, hit like and subscribe right now, because what comes next explains exactly why this changes everything about how nations spy on each other. So what specific quantum sensing technology triggered the government's response? And what exactly did American intelligence agencies find that made normal regulatory channels feel insufficient? The answer centers on a category of quantum devices called quantum magnetometers and quantum gravimeters, instruments that use entangled quantum particles to measure magnetic and gravitational fields with sensitivity levels that are literally millions of times more precise than the best classical sensors available today. In 2025 and into 2026, American intelligence agencies began tracking an alarming acceleration in the development of these devices by foreign research institutions, several of which had documented connections to foreign military programs. The specific concern was not that these devices existed in laboratory settings. Quantum sensing technology has been discussed openly in academic literature for years. The concern was that the miniaturization and field deployment of these devices had progressed far faster than American intelligence assessments had predicted, and that certain foreign actors were already testing field deployable quantum sensing systems capable of mapping classified American military infrastructure from outside the physical boundaries of secured facilities. Read that again. Foreign quantum sensing technology may already be capable of seeing inside classified American military installations without crossing a single fence or triggering a single alarm. The government's response unfolded across several layers simultaneously, and understanding each layer reveals just how seriously this threat is being taken at the highest levels of American national security. The Department of Commerce expanded its export control lists to include specific quantum sensing hardware components, making it illegal to sell certain quantum technology to a list of designated foreign entities that has grown significantly since 2024. The Department of Defense issued internal directives requiring all new classified facility construction to incorporate quantum sensing countermeasures, a category of shielding technology that did not even exist, as a standard construction requirement 5 years ago. The National Security Agency quietly updated its threat assessment frameworks to include quantum sensing as an active current threat, rather than a projected future concern, a reclassification that carries significant budget and operational implications across every branch of American intelligence, and in a move that received almost no mainstream media coverage whatsoever. Several American universities with quantum sensing research programs received classified briefings from government officials and were asked to restrict international collaboration on specific research areas related to field deployable quantum sensing systems. The academic freedom implications of that last development alone represented a significant departure from how the United States government has historically approached scientific research, and the fact that it happened with almost no public awareness tells you everything you need to know about how urgent this situation is considered to be at the classified level. But here is what nobody is explaining to regular people about why this government action matters for their everyday lives in ways that go far beyond abstract national security concerns. The same quantum sensing technology that can map military bunkers through solid rock and track submarines across ocean distances has direct civilian applications that affect ordinary people in ways that most technology reporting has never addressed. Quantum gravimeters can map underground infrastructure, water tables, geological formations, and resource deposits with a precision that would transform mining, construction, agriculture, and environmental monitoring. Quantum magnetometers can detect medical conditions through non-invasive scanning with a sensitivity that would make current MRI technology look primitive by comparison. Quantum sensing technology, developed responsibly and deployed for civilian purposes, represents one of the most beneficial technological advances in generations. The government ban does not target these civilian applications directly, but the classification of quantum sensing hardware components and the restriction of international research collaboration inevitably slows the development of beneficial civilian applications alongside the military ones. Ordinary people who could benefit from quantum-enhanced medical diagnostics or quantum-powered environmental monitoring are paying a price for a security crisis that most of them do not even know exists. The geopolitical dimension of this story is where the full picture becomes genuinely alarming. China's national quantum program includes dedicated funding streams for quantum sensing technology that dwarf publicly known American investment in the same area. Chinese state media has publicly celebrated quantum sensing breakthroughs, while carefully omitting details about the military applications of the research being celebrated. Russia has maintained classified quantum sensing research programs dating back decades, with some analysts suggesting that certain Russian quantum sensing capabilities may be further advanced than Western intelligence agencies previously estimated, and several smaller nations with close relationships to major quantum powers have been identified as potential conduits for quantum sensing technology transfers that would otherwise be blocked by American export controls. The United States government is not just banning a technology. It is trying to contain a category of capability that multiple foreign adversaries are developing simultaneously, with resources and urgency levels that American intelligence agencies have only recently begun to fully appreciate. The bottom line is this: the United States government does not issue emergency classified directives banning specific technology categories without a serious and immediate reason. The quantum sensing ban that has been quietly unfolding across multiple federal agencies since late 2025 is not a precautionary measure against a distant theoretical threat. It is a response to documented evidence that foreign quantum sensing capabilities have already crossed thresholds that American national security planners did not expect to see for years. The technology that can see through solid rock, track submarines across ocean distances, and map classified military infrastructure from outside secured perimeters is no longer confined to laboratory demonstrations. It is in the field, it is being tested, and the American government's response, quiet, classified, and deliberately kept away from public awareness, tells you more about how serious this situation actually is than any official statement ever will. The quantum revolution was always going to have a dark side. What the government just found is that the dark side arrived ahead of schedule. Make sure you understood what that means before the next classified directive gets issued. And if this video helped you see what is actually happening behind the government's closed doors, hit the like button and subscribe to Quantum Pulse, because this is exactly the kind of story that should be front page news and almost nobody is covering it.